is crickets.
No
What's up?
one
What's
denied
up?
the fact that she's a star and she couldn't play. It was just that it takes.
Y'all were denying it, Molly. Don't do that.
And
Don't do that, Molly.
You know what's crazier than Caitlin Clark's incredible playoff performance? The fact that she had to play with an eye injury. Stephen A. Smith is on fire, and he's calling out Dijonai Carrington for that nasty eye poke. But here's the real question. Is the WNBA doing enough to protect its brightest stars? Picture this. Just 90 seconds into the game against the Connecticut Sun, Clark gets poked right in the eye. The crowd goes silent. Everyone's holding their breath. Is the rookie sensation okay? Can she keep playing? It's like the whole arena just froze.
They do not have to rush Caitlin being on the Olympic team.
Yep, Stephen A., I could actually argue that it hurts the game more if they had given her a roster spot over someone more deserving.
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Now, Stephen A. Smith isn't happy. He's going off about this incident, and let me tell you, he's not holding back. He's talking about accountability and how the league needs to step up. But why is this such a big deal? Here's the thing. Caitlin Clark isn't just any player. She's the future of the WNBA. This eye poke, it's not just about one game or one player.
So go ahead and argue it.
That's exactly what I'm saying, because I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, okay, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their attention, and they're not as talented, we're not putting the best team out there.
Based on the actions of less than 5 former players or current players, which also creates a lot of noise.
It's about the whole league and how they treat their superstars. Are they doing enough to keep them safe? That's what everyone's asking now. While everyone's debating player safety, Stephen A. Smith just dropped a bombshell. He's pointing fingers, and it's not just at the player who poked Clark. What's got him so worked up, and why does he think this incident is bigger than just one game? Stephen A. didn't hold back. He went all in, calling out Dijonai Carrington for that eye poke on Caitlin Clark. There is no place in the game for this kind of nonsense, he said. But here's the kicker. He's not just mad at Carrington. He's fuming at the refs, too. Can you believe it? The refs didn't even blow the whistle. Stephen A. was baffled. How do you miss something like that? Caitlin Clark is down on the floor in pain and no whistle, are you kidding me? He ranted. It's like they were watching a different game or something. But why is Stephen A. making such a big deal about this?
She said hi to Molly. She didn't tell us hello, how are you? She said nothing to me.
That was my guy.
Just Molly.
Really?
I mean, we just here. We just
went straight into seeing
It's all right. It's all right. No. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
From people, you were one of them who also tried to create a picture around Caitlin that the league was against her.
Well, it's not just about one player or one game. It's about the future of the WNBA. He's saying Caitlin Clark isn't just any player. She's box office. She's the reason people are tuning in to watch. And if the league can't protect its biggest stars, what does that say about its future? Think about it. The WNBA is trying to grow its audience, right? But how can they do that if their star players are getting injured in the playoffs? Stephen A. is saying it loud and clear. You can't have star players getting injured in the playoffs and not do anything about it. But here's where it gets really interesting. Stephen A. isn't just calling out the refs and Carrington. He's demanding accountability. He wants Carrington to step up and take responsibility for what happened. Caitlin Clark deserves better, he said. It's like he's drawing a line in the sand, saying enough is enough. Now you might be thinking, what about Caitlin? How did she handle all this drama? Well, Stephen A. had something to say about that too. He was impressed by her toughness. Let me tell you something about Caitlin Clark. She is one tough competitor, he said. Can you believe she stayed in the game after that? Not only did she keep playing, but she also dished out 8 assists. Talk about resilience. So what's the big picture here? Stephen A. is using this incident to shine a spotlight on a bigger issue in the WNBA. It's not just about one eye poke or one missed call. It's about player safety, accountability, and the future of the league. He's asking some tough questions. How can the WNBA protect its stars? How can it ensure fair play? And most importantly, how can it grow and thrive if incidents like this aren't addressed? Stephen A. Smith's rant might be the spark that ignites a revolution in the WNBA. But here's the real shocker. Could this eye-poke drama actually lead to a complete overhaul of how the league operates? The changes on the table could make or break the WNBA's future. Let's talk about what Stephen A. is suggesting. He's not just calling for a slap on the wrist, he's pushing for some serious changes. We're talking stricter officiating, new rules, and maybe even a whole new way of handling player conduct. It's like he's trying to shake up the entire league. But why is this such a big deal? Well, it's all about protecting the stars. Stephen A. called Caitlin Clark box office. That means she's the reason people are tuning in. If the WNBA can't keep its biggest stars safe, what's that going to do to their viewership? It's like having a blockbuster movie but not protecting your lead actor. It just doesn't make sense. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Stephen A. isn't just talking about changing a few rules. He's suggesting that the WNBA needs to take a hard look at how they handle player safety. Imagine stricter penalties for dangerous plays, or maybe even new technology to help refs make better calls. It's like he's trying to drag the WNBA into a whole new era. But hold on, it's not all smooth sailing. These changes could face some serious pushback. Think about it. Stricter officiating? That could slow down the game. More controversial calls? That might frustrate players and coaches. It's like trying to fix one problem but potentially creating a bunch of new ones. And let's not forget about the fans. How are they going to react to all these changes? Some might love the idea of better player protection. Others might worry that it'll take away from the intensity of the game. It's a tightrope walk, and the WNBA needs to find the right balance. But here's the thing. This eye-poke incident could be a turning point for the WNBA. It's forcing everyone to take a hard look at how the league operates. Is it time for a change? Can they find a way to protect their stars without losing the excitement of the game? Stephen A. Smith's words have lit a fire under the WNBA. Now it's up to them to decide what to do with it. Will they make big changes? Will they stick to their guns? Or will they find some middle ground? Whatever happens, one thing's for sure. The WNBA is at a crossroads, and the decisions they make now could shape the future of women's basketball. While the league weighs its options, WNBA fans are turning up the heat. The online reaction is off the charts, and it's not just about one incident anymore. Are we witnessing the birth of a new era in women's basketball, all because of an eye poke? You thought the drama on the court was intense? Wait till you see what's happening online. WNBA fans are not holding back, and social media is on fire. Stephen A. Smith's comments have sparked a wildfire of reactions, and everyone's got an opinion. Fans are echoing Smith's call for accountability. They're not just talking about Dijonai Carrington or the refs. They're questioning the whole system. How can the WNBA protect its stars? Why aren't there stricter rules? It's like the fans have become a virtual jury and they're demanding justice for Caitlin Clark. But here's the thing. This isn't just about one player or one game anymore. This eye-poke drama, it's turning into a full-blown movement. Fans are using this incident to shine a light on bigger issues in the WNBA. They're talking about player safety, fair play, and the future of the league. Think about it. When was the last time you saw WNBA fans this fired up? They're tweeting, they're posting, they're sharing videos. It's like they've been waiting for a chance to speak up, and now they've found their voice. But here's where it gets really interesting, this controversy. It might actually be good for the WNBA. I know, sounds crazy, right? But hear me out. All this attention, all these conversations, they're forcing the league to take a hard look at how they operate. Imagine if the WNBA uses this moment to make some real changes. Better player protection, stricter rules, more transparency. That could take the game to a whole new level. It's like they've been handed a golden opportunity to level up, all because of one unfortunate incident. And let's talk about the fans for a second. This drama is bringing them together like never before. They're debating, they're sharing ideas, they're rallying behind their favorite players. It's creating a buzz around the WNBA that we haven't seen in years. But here's the million-dollar question. Will the WNBA listen? Will they take this energy, this passion from the fans, and turn it into something positive? Or will they try to sweep it under the rug and hope it all blows over? One thing's for sure. The ball's in the WNBA's court now. They've got a chance to show they care about their players, their fans, and the future of women's basketball. If they play their cards right, this could be a turning point for the league. All right, let's talk about what's next for the WNBA. This eye-poke drama, it's way bigger than just Caitlin Clark and Dijonai Carrington. It's shaking up the whole league. Stephen A. Smith said it best. Caitlin Clark is box office. She's bringing attention to the league, selling out arenas, driving up TV ratings. But how can the WNBA keep that momentum if they can't keep their stars safe? The league's at a crossroads now. They've got to figure out how to protect their players without losing the excitement of the game. Will they change the rules, crack down on rough play, Or just hope this all blows over? Here's the real question. Can the WNBA use this moment to become even better? What do you think they should do? Hit us up in the comments and let's keep this conversation going.